watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Good morning, San Diego. Thanks for joining us. 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. Let's start with meteorologist Evan Narani with a look at the forecast. The sky right now looks like magenta.
I know,
Wow.
it's gorgeous. This is what happens when we don't have the clouds with us.
So pretty.
True.
Warmer than normal temperatures.
Very warm.
It's all thanks to this ridge of high pressure that's essentially sitting overhead. We broke a couple records yesterday, got all the way up to 86 degrees in Escondido. It's possible that we do so again today. Here's our live camera facing west. So this is looking toward the coastline from our mountains, of course. We previously, about 45 minutes ago, had gorgeous star-gazing conditions, but now we have a little bit of that twilight coming on through. Sunrise still about 40 minutes away at 6:40. Sunset coming at 4:43. This afternoon is going to be just as hot. In some cases, even hotter than yesterday, getting up to 84 degrees on average across the valleys. 76 out by the water, 75 for the mountains, and 83 for the deserts. It's just been a warm stretch for us, but coming up, we'll be talking about cooler temperatures that could be on the horizon through the end of the week and the weekend. Vanessa has a check of traffic with, I'd say, one of the best views of downtown, right?
Yeah, it's really pretty right now. Again, skies are clear enough that you can see the city lights in the distance here. And this is from National City on the 5. Right side of your screen is that northbound drive, left side southbound. So we're looking at really nice drives, nothing to report, no major crashes nor delays. Always happy to announce that as we get kind of your morning going. This is the 15 in both directions coming in from Poway Road, right side of your screen. Excuse me, is that southbound drive. As we go ahead and zoom on into the North County, again, everyone across the board at average speeds for the most part, coming in from the South Bay, anywhere between 50 to 65 miles per hour or so. Coming up a little later, we'll take a look at what your Wednesday travel times have in store. That's all ahead. Back to you guys.
Vanessa, thank you very much. Today, a man who previously lived in a South Crest home where police recovered one set of human remains last week is set to appear in court.
Right now, 74-year-old Dwight Roan is in custody, but for a separate case. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live at the South Bay Courthouse with everything we know about Roan's violent past and then today's court appearance. Regina?
Yeah, good morning. And 74-year-old Dwight Roan is expected to be in court this morning for a separate murder charge that happened in 2023. He is a previous tenant of the South Crest home. However, the district attorney's office named Roan as a person of interest for the investigation at that home where human remains were located. He's not currently charged for any crimes connected to the remains found at the property. We are learning more about his extensive criminal history, which includes human smuggling and armed robbery. He has been previously incarcerated for robberies dating back as far as 1969 during his teenage years. Today, he's currently in jail facing murder and attempted robbery charges. Roan is accused of shooting a 54-year-old man before setting him on fire on Interstate 5. According to documents obtained by CBS 8, the 2023 altercation between Roan and the victim started after the men's dogs got into an altercation and the victim, Bernardo Moreno, stabbed Roan's dog to break up the dog fight. CHP officers found Moreno's burned body with a bullet hole on the freeway when they responded to calls of a brush fire. Documents show gasoline used as an accelerator was found pooling around Moreno's dead body. Roan continued to drive Moreno's car around in the weeks following his death. The San Diego police later arrested him during a traffic stop. So back out here this morning, he is expected to be in court for that incident. However, the investigation at the South Crest property, that is still ongoing. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Regina, thank you for that. Today, the owner of a San Marcos pet cremation business will make his first court appearance. Christopher Settle is accused of grand theft. This comes after Angel Paws shuttered in September with dozens of animals' remains inside. In some cases, customers were given the ashes of the wrong animal. Others received nothing at all.
Later this afternoon, the San Diego Unified Board of Education set to meet over its budget deficit.
It's estimated the district will be in the hole by about $47 million. CBS 8's Chris Groh live at San Diego Unified Headquarters, where district officials will hold their meeting today. Chris, what's expected?
Good morning. So they're going to formally present the numbers, right? They're going to show exactly how it is that they're getting to this $47 million budget deficit and outline some solutions. One of the solutions is going to be looking at how other deficits potentially could be erased and how that could improve the overall budget. What I mean by that is taking a specific look here at the special education program in San Diego Unified. What they are saying is that that costs them about $400 million annually. They spend about $275 million of their own budget to go ahead and fund this program and then close the gap with about $125 million in state, federal, and local funding. But what they are saying is that as big of a school district as they are, that this is not sustainable. And so what they are going to be doing is talking about solutions to close that gap specifically when it comes to how much they receive from state and federal and local sources and how much they spend to try to make a dent in that overall budget deficit, because as they've said in the past that they have tried to close the budget with early retiring and other different types of methods, and that's not sustainable. And so they're going to be looking at other solutions, increasing revenue and so forth. We did hear from the superintendent yesterday in a press briefing as well as a press release who said that she believes that, quote, "This is why I have begun forming a coalition of community leaders committed to advocating for our fair share and addressing the systemic challenges facing special education." Now, all of this will be unveiled and talked about and discussed, debated at a meeting that will happen later this afternoon. And of course, we will continue to follow this issue here for the San Diego Unified School District. Eric Canetta.
Chris, thank you. Today, San Diego Unified officials will also discuss building homes for district employees. They are considering a proposal for over 1,500 units of affordable housing on 5 district properties. If approved, the district anticipates making $504 million in lease revenue over 99 years. The superintendent says, quote, "Our schools are at their best when the people who teach, support, and care for our students can also call this community home." This morning, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is launching an initiative to build smaller scale housing. That includes townhomes or even cottages. The mayor's office says 80% of the land zoned for housing in San Diego is for single family homes. He wants to make it easier to build a wider variety, including lower cost housing.
Here we are at 6:07, and I mean, I will say I'm not complaining. It's just like bizarre.
Yeah, listening to Christmas music in the car and white Christmas songs and everything, and it's 85
it takes me
out.
back. We've all been in climates where it snows this time of year, and I just remember in my head like trudging through the snow, inches on inches,
scraping the ice off the windshield,
everything. And here we are with afternoon highs in the middle of December, nearly the middle of December, in the mid 80s this afternoon. Yesterday afternoon, we broke some records in Escondido, in Chula Vista, up in Orange County, a couple records broken too. And this afternoon, it's very likely that we do the same. Current temperatures out the door are in quite a range right now. It really is dependent on where you are. Ramona is down to the 30s, so 38 degrees in Ramona. Sweater might come in handy for the morning stretch, but we otherwise have 40s in Escondido, 50s in Alpine and Carlsbad, Oceanside, 60s in La Mesa and Jamul. So definitely a range to kick off the day. I want to point out what the last 2 weeks of temperatures have looked like for us. Taking us 2 weeks back, we were at Thanksgiving. We got up to 83 degrees. We saw temperatures slide from there, and we originally thought that that drop back down to the more average range would mean that we would see temperatures in that average range and that we wouldn't necessarily see in the middle of December more significant warm up. But here we are, temperatures beating out where we were 2 weeks ago, and we got to 84 yesterday, 18 degrees above average in Ramona. This afternoon, the forecast high is 86 degrees. That would make it 20 degrees above average. So we'll see if that ends up coming to fruition. Partially thanks to the ridge of high pressure, also partially thanks to Santa Ana winds. Those winds remain breezy. We get up to 27 miles per hour on our wind gusts. Our sustained speeds will stay right around 15 to 20 miles per hour, still holding on to that easterly component for a good portion of the day. Santee and El Cajon could see highs at 86 degrees as well. 82 for La Mesa, 78 in Chula Vista, 71 in PB. Yesterday, we also had widespread 70s out by the coast, but there were a handful of coastal communities that still hit that 80 marker. 82 for Vista, 84 for Escondido, and then here's where we go from here. Clouds start to roll in, temperatures cool down, even with both of those factors on hand, we will likely still stay above average going into the weekend. Average inland would be mid-60s, so staying in the 70s through the weekend. Vanessa has a check of traffic. I feel like it's nice you were talking about the green. You're wearing the red. It's the Christmas colors.
Yeah, the only thing not Christmas-like is the weather.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I cranked up my AC, guys, yesterday.
You did it officially.
I did it, and then I was like, what am I doing? And I was just so embarrassed by it, but it was that hot. So yeah, I mean, I'm with you if you did the same thing. 6:10 is the time. All right, here's a live look outside. This is the 5 in both directions right at Old Town Avenue. It is really smooth out there in terms of your drive, smooth sailing across the board. Still nothing to really report. The CAD is pretty bare, and we like to see it that way. This is facing east, really pretty view of the mountain areas. Coming out your screen is that drive as you make your way in towards the college area, let's say in from maybe La Mesa or the Grossmont Center area. Right side of your screen is that drive headed eastbound. Let's go ahead and see what's happening in terms of your travel times. We're all in the green. Look at that. Again, 5 minutes right now, full span of the Coronado Bridge headed onto the island, anywhere between 10 to 15 for those other drives coming in from the South Bay. 5 to 7 minutes right now in from the East County on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. And here's what it looks like coming in from the North County. Again, not much to report. This is what we love to see. Average speeds, 12 to about double that coming in from Encinitas to the top of the Golden Triangle, and about 15 full span of the 78 in from the 15 to the 5. All right, 6:11 is the time. Let's go ahead and see what's happening with your border wait times. Would you look at that? Under an hour in from San Ysidro's port of entry, about an hour and a half to get you in this morning from Otay Mesa's port of entry.